Hey, it's me, Ari Dossett, just call me Rashid. I'm an anthropologist and sociologist. Quick video. Violence is not sustainable. It never was sustainable, it never will be sustainable. When something is sustainable, means it will last. It will endure for a long period of time. Okay, let's say you have a river that overflows every half year. You built a dam. Now, you can manage the flow of the river, and you can also use the dam to generate electricity. Because the river flow anyway, but now you just manage the flow. And you can build villages around there, and you can build an irrigation system for farming, for the farms around. So, it's sustainable. Or let's say you build a mall at a resort, a holiday resort. You know that each year you can have hundreds of thousands of tourists over there. So, that mall at that resort is sustainable. If you build a mall somewhere on an island on the Pacific Ocean where there's very traffic, I'm sorry, but where are the customers coming from? How are they going to make any profit? Where you get employees? That is not sustainable, all right? Or let's say you have a low income, but you're leasing a car, and the car has high maintenance. With that low income, you cannot sustain having that car. So sustainable simply means it works long term for the good. That's sustainable. And violence is never, ever sustainable. Because you have to make effort to cause damage to someone else. You must be willing to cause the damage. And once you cause the damage, now you need to find a way to justify the damage you've caused to someone else. But now you will always have people saying, hold on a minute, I don't agree with this. Or I don't agree how you did it. So now you're going to have people countering you. And so now you need to use violence against people that are countering you. And at some point it gets exhausting. For example, if you carry a gun, you only have a limited amount of bullets to shoot. You don't have unlimited bullets in your gun. So you can't use your gun in all circumstances. Let's say you have two people coming after you, and they're both in the same direction. You can easily shoot both of them. But when you have one over there and one over here, you have to go in between. But Rashid, I can hire someone else to shoot for me. Okay, but that individual is willing to shoot on your behalf can also shoot you when they turn on you. Remember that. Militaries are expensive. Navies are expensive. Private security can be corrupted. And private security can also make mistakes. However, if you look at it, violence is never sustainable. Violence always backfires and increases damage. If someone tries to steal your wallet and you push them away, okay, fine. You push them away. But if you beat them up, quote unquote, teach them a lesson, even the police would say you went too far. Because the moment you push them away, that was enough. Or you know what? Because you could just give them your wallet and they would leave you alone. The fact you went out to teach them a lesson, to prove yourself, means you became the perpetrator. And now you have people want to come after you and all of that. So the question asked is, why are people stealing wallets to begin with? You know what? Let's look at the economy, let's fix the economy. That would be something sustainable to do. Let's build more prisons and lock more people up. Okay, you build more prisons. Now you need to lock people up, because if you have built a lot of prisons and you don't lock people up, it's going to look quite stupid. So now you lock people up. After you lock up, it's a loss. That means the community failed. So everyone that goes to prison is a failure of the community. So the more people in prison means the more you will admitting the failure of the community, which is not a good thing in the long run for the culture. And once you have those prisons, you need to maintain those prisons too. And you need police officers, security guards. And those police officers, security guards also have families at home. So now the community becomes dependent on imprisoning people. And listen, once one gets out of prison, they need to be back in the community. How are you going to keep someone from the community for such a long time and expect them to just roll in and have relationships again? That's not going to work like that. Look, I'm not going on for hours and hours. It's clear now. Violence never works in the long run. You only get short-term relief. If you have a child and the child is a bit moody in a supermarket, slapping the child will cause the child to quote-unquote behave. By the long run, now you have a dysfunctional adult that approves tyrannical governments later on. Or you have someone who thinks it's okay to violate other people. So now you have a long-term problem to deal with. The thing is, why is a child so overstimulated? Well, you can be overstimulated when you are in an environment with so many triggers. Well, that's what a supermarket is. You have a lot of triggers. So if you as an adult can be overwhelmed, maybe not supermarket, but in some other area, you can get overwhelmed as an adult if there are too many, if your impulse are triggered that much by the environment. What do you expect is going to happen to a child? So you as an adult, you as adults alone cannot achieve to be in an environment with so many triggers and not be a bit overwhelmed. Why do you think a child should be able to do that? So now you bring a child to a place where there are a lot of triggers, and when the child gets overwhelmed, now you want to act out on the child. That was sadistic bullshit is this. Listen, it's clear. You get a short-term ease when you use violence. But that short-term ease will always bring forth long-term sorrow. Nobody gets better using violence. Nobody. The one that uses violence will be damaged by it. Their ability to relate to other people and to be intimate and safe with other people is disrupted, and they may need years of therapy to recover from that. The people that witness the violence, they'll feel guilty, or they feel stupid like they're cowards because they didn't do anything about it, or they'll even lose their mind because they realize, hold on a minute, we justified something that shouldn't be justified. Now they need therapy too. The people that have been violated, if they're still alive, will never trust the community again. And everyone else who hears about it later on, who weren't there, are going to be shocked they process it too. There is no long-term worthwhile gain with violence. So anyone who claims there is, they're out of their mind. And some of them are just evil. All right? Christ provides us with power. Power to overcome danger, to shut down violence, and to get things done on the earth without the need for bloodshed. The only bloodshed we should rely on is the blood of Christ he shed on our behalf. If you rely on any other bloodshed, that's idolatry, that's simply narcissistic, it's just wrong. You can never justify it. So, what are you going to do? You're going to follow the excuse of society, or are you going to honor God himself? Be at peace.